What if you could fund 100% of your EV charging project with zero upfront capital, no personal guarantees, and a repayment schedule that outlasts your current hold period? Welcome back to another episode of EV Charging Minute, a weekly podcast where we're sharing tips, ideas, information, and best practices for EV charging in the commercial real estate space. I'm Tony Booth, your host and the founder of Stay in Charge. As always, thanks for being here this week and joining us and popping in on this episode, whether you're reaching it on Friday when we drop it or listening to it 3 months from now or a year from now. Thanks for being here. As always, I really appreciate the opportunity to get here and spend some time with everybody. If you have time, take a minute, please. Leave us a little review, leave us some feedback, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. All that stuff helps us to kind of get things out there and get more people engaged in the podcast and really gives me a chance to understand what other challenges might be out there that people are looking at. We constantly get, feedback in of questions and from people with things that they're doing. And so it gives me a way to make sure that we stay relevant and help you answer the questions that you have. All right. So diving into today's topic today, we're talking about green money. We're talking about different ways of building a financial stack for the EV charging improvements at a commercial property, right? If obviously we can go to traditional finance options. You could go to your bank and say, hey, I want to borrow money. I'm going to put these chargers in, and that's not a bad option in the right places for the right things and things like that. You can look at that, but there might be some options out there with some lower rates, some longer terms. Traditional financing on equipment, it normally has some, kind of higher rates is tied to it. And like a traditional equipment finance they're going to cap this thing at 5 years for chargers. They don't want to go much beyond that. But we can take a look at some other options that are really unique to EV charging and kind of green energy and sustainability. So there's some things out there, and that's what we're diving into today, is looking at some of that. So I want to start with the big one, right? The big one that's out there, CPACE, right? So that's Commercial Property Assessed Clean Energy. So that's a program that was developed and adopted by somewhere around 30 some states now have legislature that does this CPACE lending. And what CPACE lending is, it's a loan that's provided that is paid basically through your taxes, through your property taxes, a voluntary assessment on your property tax. So instead of a traditional loan where you have a bank loan and you're going to write a separate note to your bank every month, in this case, your property tax is going to go up to pay back the note. The value of this, okay, so it is now, there's a couple different values that come in when you look at a CPACE loan. It's non-recourse. It's attached to the property, not the owner. So if something goes wrong, it's the property. It's on the property taxes. So that's one good side. It's transferable. So, if somebody buys the property, it just transfers over to the next owner. They also can often go out longer. The way they're set up is they're actually set up to pay back the cost of the investment over the life expectancy of the investment. So these CPACE whole program was put together. If you're not familiar with it, it's not just EV charging. They did stuff, where you can upgrade your HVAC systems, you can put in solar, any type of improvement to a property that is that's green related, sustainability related. These things can help, these loans can help pay for that. So when you look at all that, if you were putting on if you're upgrading your HVAC system, that has a 20-year lifespan. So they allow these loans to go out to 20 years like that. In the EV charging space, you have to talk to the specific lenders. It varies by lender, but that get involved in this. But this means we can often get out to 10 years on an EV charging program. So that's putting those payments out over 10 years versus 5, and it's a low interest rate. So this is probably one of the best. Now, if you're, if you're an apartment complex and today you have a need for 2 or 4 level 2 chargers, CPACE may not be the best option here, just because of the cost, right? Like the low cost of compared to what the lenders might want to loan on. But if you're looking at DC charging and looking at, places where we're working with companies that are putting some DC charging in at like retail centers, these are ideal. These are great. CPACE is a great way for them to put this together. So take a look, see if your state has CPACE legislation. And there's, if you look this up, you'll find all different people you can connect with, different groups out there that manage this, or simply reach out to us. We've got a couple partners we work with that handle all the CPACE stuff, and they know all about it and where to do it. Another section you can look into is these sustainability linked loans and a little bit on kind of green bonding, but definitely on the linked loans. So if you look at if you don't have a CPACE option, or CPACE option's not going to work for your particular challenge here, right? You can look at what's out there now, some of these sustainability linked loans. Many large banks have programs. They're basically tied to sustainability improvements, your ESG scores, and the better your sustainability, the lower the rates. It's some different things that have been done over time, right, to help kind of grow that sustainability stuff in the marketplace and things. So make sure you're checking into that. We have seen where some larger REITs and things like that have played around with some green bonds as a way to finance some in sustainability upgrades or some EV upgrades. So those are some things as well as to look into. Check with those banks. I know like Bank of America, Wells Fargo, a lot of the large banks, Chase, and all those guys have done some different things around green financing, and they'll provide better rates. They'll do things that help to kind of get those rates down so you can pay a little bit lower interest rate. Another thing on this side, the green side, is also make sure you talk with some of the tax people out there, right? This isn't really financing, but I want to mention this while we're here. There are some tax benefits as well. Like we know we get 100% depreciation on this equipment, but look at other stuff that's out there. There are some different things that some of those experts can help you with. So that kind of wraps up. You can check with your banks, right? So if you're not in a CPACE area, or you decide CPACE is not the right choice for you, when you talk to your banker or your lenders, ask them about what's out there in the sustainability space, the green space. Do they have any special programs, and how you might be able to stack that in? Another option for financing these things and maybe or supporting the financing of them is your EV charging provider, like your service provider, the manufacturer. There's ways around that, and then also want to talk a little bit about possibly tipping into the tenants. Okay, so when you're talking to whoever you're dealing with and planning out this project, planning out your EV charging, if you're talking to a CPO like Stay in Charge or ChargePoint or any of those guys, Switch, any of those out there, ask them about what they have, what they're connected to. Like for us, for instance, we work with a couple loan lending companies that have, that they understand this space. They know what they're doing with it. They work with us, and they'll finance projects for our customers. We also have a couple manufacturers that we work with that will offer financing. And if you can tie some of that in, a lot of times the manufacturer can get you really good financing because it's kind of backed by their equipment, right? Like they have partners that understand the value of their equipment. So they really understand the business really well. And obviously, manufacturers want to do that. That helps them sell equipment. So make sure you check into that as well. Like that, you're probably going to find that through your CPO or your service provider that you're working with. Or you can, obviously go direct to some of the manufacturers out there and see what they have. So that's another area to look in for financing. And what I'm talking about here now, don't confuse that I'm not talking about charging as a service when you talk to your CPO or your EV charging provider. Charging as a service is a program where you don't really own the charger, right? Like they're providing that as a service to you. So not talking about that here, not that that's a bad option, and worth looking into. Okay. We do that as well. But the thing is, that is not the same. Okay. Right. Like that's not the same as buying the chargers yourself and owning them. Because in a charging as a service program like ours, when you get to the end, you now have to buy that equipment from us or continue on renting it from us, so that's a little bit different. We're talking about traditional lending based around the equipment. Okay. Now there's another way that we're starting to explore and work with some of our real estate owners with, and that's getting the tenants involved in paying for some of this. So one way this comes about, right, is under a CPACE program. That's really your property taxes are going up. So that can be passed on to the client or to your tenants as common area management or common area maintenance, right? These CPACE things are upgrades to the common area. What they're all built around is, like if you're upgrading, if you have a big, indoor shopping thing and you're upgrading your HVAC systems, okay, that's an upgrade to the system that they might need to be, that's helping to save the overall project, but it's in the common areas, right? So you can look at that. Some of that may be able that CPACE, since it increases your property taxes, can actually be passed on to the tenants. And I know that can be tricky, but it's worth looking into. You don't necessarily want to be hitting your tenants up, but that doesn't mean that they won't voluntarily be part of it. So that's one thing I would look at that, right? So look at that. So you can either add that to the to the tax benefit, the CAM part, or you might even be able to go to your tenants and look at a green assessment. We have one group looking at that. They're talking to the tenants about, getting some feedback on doing that. And then one other thing that we just started recently, and I'll, let you know how that turns out. We got a couple owner groups that we're working with. We're actually surveying their tenants now and getting sign up for them to participate in ad programs. So depending on the locations of where you're doing this, but in this instance, these are shopping centers. So we are working with them to design a DC fast charging program in their shopping centers. Well, obviously in their shopping centers now we have the dwell time economy, which we've talked about before. Drivers come in, they plug in, they're going to be sitting there for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, maybe even 45 if there's stuff for them to do. So how can we help, how do we help the drivers know what to do while they're there? Whether it's grabbing a bite to eat at one of the restaurants or shopping at one of the stores or getting a coffee. So all of these chargers can have screens on them, and we can deliver ads to the drivers. And what we're looking at here is not the traditional, let me go sell ads at a cost per thousand and let me, do this, do that, right? Like, and really not have any real tie back to those, is the ad spend working, is, all this is just going to the tenants and saying, look, if you want to participate, right, we're going to put these chargers in. Would you want, do you want chargers? Will they benefit you? We're going to add ad space in here. We're going to promote your business as supporting it. You should go on your way, giving them that boost of it too, because that's really in that retail space. That's the value of EV charging, is it brings more money in, brings higher spending customers in, they're spending more time there. So it really does improve the value of the shopping, the center itself. So why not have the tenants contribute? So we're working through some ways of doing that. Between the ad spend and different things like that. Again, assessments, green assessments we're looking at. We've even got in that package we're doing, we're asking for feedback. Would they all sign up for, a $50 a month fee to have the charging installed, or a $100 a month fee, right? Because if you got 20 tenants and you can finance some EV charging at, $3 or $4 grand a month, and then your 20 tenants all contribute $100 a month towards it. You can get ways to pay these things, right? So they're getting the benefit. So why not have them contribute? That's another thing that we work very hard at with helping our commercial properties get that money back, right? So wrapping up this last part, these other things besides that green space loans is work with your providers and the manufacturers and see what kind of finance stack you can build, right? Like, build a good financial stack that makes sense. You might even find that a particular equipment manufacturer is offering a low enough loan on the equipment that you just want to get the equipment financed through them and then get all the construction and the installation and the make ready financed through your CPACE loan. Just depends on how it all works. And that's where having a good service provider and a good financial advisor side on it to build that stack makes a lot of sense. And y'all are real estate experts out there. So how building a stack, how important that is, right? Like, we've all been through it between figuring out how to get this thing financed. So take that same knowledge you have, that same lens, and apply it to this EV charging, because when you start stacking up rebates, the green loan options, the financing, tenant assessments, putting all that together, you can add EV charging to your place with zero money out of pocket, right? So why not look into increasing your NOI with a revenue generating asset with 100% financing that's paid back by the tenants and the charging revenue, right? This is a no-brainer. This is a win-win all the way around. So talk with your lenders or talk with your EV charging partner and see what kind of financial stack you can build and start getting some EV charging going so you can boost your NOI with a future-proof, right? Not only does it boost your NOI, but it's future-proofing your property. And so take advantage of that now while these things are out there before everybody else does. So it's a good way. It's out there. Talk to your people, figure out what's out there. And that kind of wraps us up for today. Next week, we're going to be diving into something that this is a little unique, but it is kind of, forward thinking or futurist thinking when you think about this, but using EVs as backup power. Okay. They become a generator. So this is going to apply a lot more to the fleet side of things. Obviously you own a hotel, you're not going to be sucking the power out of the people in your parking lot, your guests, when the power goes out at night. But if you have a fleet, if you have, employee parking, things like that, there's ways to, these things work, right? It's like a generator back there. So that's what we're going to talk about next week. So I hope you learned something new today, got some ideas, and, picked some up, a little knowledge. As always, that's what we're here for, to give you knowledge. And again, I'll wrap up by saying, if you got questions, got comments, we're always here to help. You can reach out to our team anytime at Stay in Charge. We're here to help you and answer questions. We're not here to sell you on EV charging. We're here to give you a full free assessment of what's happening, what's right for you. So feel free to reach out anytime. You can hit us at sales@stayincharge.com. Any social media platform, you'll find our stuff there. You can reach out there. As always, you can reach out to me directly to me, Tony B, TONYB @stayincharge.com. I'm always there answering, and I'll be glad to talk with anybody about questions you have, things you might have, concerns you have. And again, hope you enjoyed today, and everybody have an amazing weekend, and we will see you next week.